So once the server is restarted, we'll try to design the report and we'll try to execute the report. So what are the columns we'll try to place within the report design means maybe something like create a report with the fields like we'll try to take the hierarchical object which will come under the presentation layer called as H5 sales RP. This is a hierarchy column. Next, we'll try to place something called as a position. Next, we'll try to place the revenue. So with the help of this, we'll try to observe how that particular report is showing the data. Started, closed. Log out. Then go to analytical page. Analytics page. I'm logging with the logic user. New analysis. Sample sales. So here we got a sales reps just now what we have added. Under that H5 sales rep is that is my hierarchy. I'm placing it in my report design. Along with that, I'm trying to take the position, and along with that, I'm trying to take the revenue. Results. It is showing me something like this. It is showing me like Michael. It is showing me as a president. Revenue is about 50 millions. If you are getting as a nested hierarchy here, just click on expand it. It is showing me something called as an Miranda as a director. Paul is a director. But under Miranda, we doesn't have any sub-employees. So it is not showing with any symbol there. But along with that, like if you observe the director, like Paul, it is showing me plus symbol. So under him, some sort of employees are like manager. But if you observe the May, Helen is a vice president. Under vice president, we are having senior manager. Two people are there. One is Richards and another person is Jones. If you observe the Jones, under him, maybe another sort of set of employees are there, like Charles and Mandhani. One is a senior, another is a principal, something like that. So it's showing me the hierarchy placed. So who is who is the employee and who is his boss of that particular employee? Who is the manager of that particular employee? So at the higher level, you are having as a president. At the second level, we are having as a director, or under the as well as vice presidents. Under the vice president, again you are having senior managers or maybe managers. So this type of hierarchy basically you're calling as a parent-child relationship. But for that, definitely we should have a table by saying the key, parent key, distance, and leaf. That means leaf identifier. Until if we are having these 4 type of columns, in OBIEE it is not possible to design the parent-child hierarchy. But it is about the parent-child hierarchy. So we'll go to the next level. So next topic. Creating logical dimensions with dragged and skipped. But before working with this, we'll work with the normal hierarchy first of all. Later we'll convert into dragged and skipped level. So we'll work with the normal mode first of all. After that, I'll work with the dragged and skipped level hierarchies. What is exactly this means? Trying to view the child node data. Trying to view the child node data. That means, for example, you are having a level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, something like that. At the end, you are having a revenue is there. So, for example, something like this category, maybe subcategory, maybe item name, and the amount, for example. So 3 levels you're having, after that amount is there. So for example, I'm having item name called as, for example, LED TV. Amount is, for example, 1000. There is one more item called as an LCD TV. So LCD TV amount is, for example, 500. But all these two things are basically belong to electronics. Category is electronics and subcategory is TV. Next, I'm having one more item name. For example, something like LED TV, LCD TV, for example, laser printer. And the value is for example 200. And for example, having dot matrix printer. Its value is 100. And at this particular level, I'm having one more component called as, for example, I'm having something called as an PCB, which is showing me as an 50. And after that, I'm having something called as a mobile, like CDMA mobile. Its value is 200. GSM mobile. For example, it is 500. Something like this. Some values are there. I'm trying to take only one category here, but you have so many other categories may be there. Now, due to some reasons, my table is maintaining the data in physical table. I'm talking about physical table. It's having some data in this format. This complete thing is belong to electronics. Subcategory is TV, printer, mobile. For example, I'm having something like this. Now here if you observe, the PCB doesn't have any category. PCB doesn't have any category. It is not belonging to TV. It is not belonging to printer. It is not belonging to mobile. But due to some reasons, I doesn't have any category for that. That means indirectly its value is null. Its value is null. Now, when you're working with this type of hierarchy, with normal hierarchy, if you create a normal hierarchy and if you try to work in this way, when you expand it, when you expand this complete structure, we'll get an errors. Because you cannot provide null under the where class and to read the data. Like if I click on electronics, it shows me TV, printer, mobile. But under TV, if I click it as an hierarchy base, it goes to LED and LCD. If I click on printer, it goes to laser printer and dot matrix printer. But I will not have anything to click on the null there. So that means you will not view the PCB value in the output. When you expand it from highest granularity to lowest granularity, you will be missing the record called as null PCB 50. That means if you click on electronics, you will get TV, printer and mobile. Null value will not get it. If it doesn't get the null, then how can the PCB value will be displayed? It is not possible. So for that reason, if you expand the complete structure, you will get an error. So to overcome this problem, even though there is a null value at the higher level, its child level should be displayed. If you need in such a way, then go with ragged and skip level hierarchies. So ragged and skip level hierarchy, what is the use of it means? It is helpful. This hierarchy is helpful to display child level and lowest granularity elements, even though its parent element, even its parent element not found. Even its parent element not found. So only if you create a ragged and skip level hierarchy, then only it is possible. If you work with a normal hierarchy, it gives an error. So that is the reason to overcome that problem, create the ragged and skipped levels. Mainly to view the subcategories or the categories which are having null values, even though you want to, you are having end level values called as product names. So to view this error, first of all, we'll create the normal hierarchy, level-based hierarchy. Later, we'll go with ragged and skip level hierarchies. So what I'll try to do means, what is the RPD just now we have created? This RPD, I'll save it outside, base sample kevin.rpd. Of course, I'll copy back to this place because right now I want to work with the same thing with the wrong content. That means without working the drag and skip level, I want to create hierarchy and I want to use it. So that is the reason I copied outside, and now I'll make the changes within that. So I'm trying to open the administration tool. First of all, I'm creating level-based hierarchy, normal level-based hierarchy. Later, we'll work with the and skip levels. So I'm going with open BA sample Kevin.rpd admin 123. So related to this, so I need a table which is having the data in this particular format with the category or subcategories as the null values. That's the reason I'll work with some special table. I'll try to work with some special table. So I'm going with, once again, import metadata. Import metadata from the physical layer. Click on the next. I'm expanding the BA sample and I'm choosing a table related to products. SAMP underscore products underscore DR. This table is consisting of data with higher granularity level as a null values. That means maybe middle level granularities you're having as null values are there. We'll observe it in the data. So I'm selecting this particular table. Click on import. Click on finish. You can observe that particular table now. We got this SAMP products DR. I'll say update row count. And I'll go to view data once. Now here you can observe. It is showing me something called an A brand 1, that is a brand, and the line of business is B log 1. Product description is a product 3, product key is a 3, and it is showing me type is C type 1, something like that. But if you observe here A brand 2, LOB is null value, but still it is having a product is there. Similarly, A brand 2 with LOB null is there with the product 11. Similarly, A brand 2 with LOB as null, but there is a product called as a 12. Same way, there are other things also like A brand 3 with LOB as a null, but there is a product called as a 17. So this table is designed in this particular format already in the business system. So now when I'm working with this table, I cannot perform called as a drill down on this null operation. It is not possible. I'll be getting an error. So we'll try to view that particular problem. So I'll say close. Already we got this particular table. Now we'll try to make a, create an alias piece from this particular table. I'm going to right click, new object, alias, and we'll give the name called as a D20 product. Click on OK. So alias table is created with the name D20 product. And already we got a relationship between this table and the product revenue table. Just will observe it. No, it doesn't got that. So I'll try to create a relationship between these two things. So I'm selecting these two tables. I'm performing right click, physical diagram. I'll go with the selected objects only to create the relationship. And between the revenue and the product I need, so I'll go with the actions menu, new join from revenue to the product, and specify the join condition. So here I'm choosing as a product key under the product table, as well as under the revenue table also. I'm choosing as an product key. So with the help of product key, I'm making a relationship between these two tables. Click on OK. Click on close. So you have created an alias table, and between the two alias tables, you have created a relationship. Then drag this particular D20 product to your BMM layer onto the sample sales. So we got as a D20 product. And for this particular object, we will try to create the alias. That is basically relationship. What is that? A hierarchy. We will try to create it. But before creating hierarchy, just we will try to rename the columns. Not required. But brand, LOB, product description. So we'll make this just as a product, and a product key. We'll say this as a product number, and a type. We'll say as a product type. We are having a table called as a D20 product with set of columns. Now we'll try to create the relationship for this. But before creating relation, like here I'm working with a normal hierarchy. So right click on this D20 product, select as a create logical dimension, level based hierarchy. Right now I'm going with the normal level based hierarchy. So I got that object called as D20 product rating. I'll rename this as a H20 product. So under H20 product, these are the fields we are having now. There are two levels, basically product total and product detail. I'll rename these fields also. Just I'll say product total. And the next one is product detail. Now under this we'll try to create some hierarchy. So on product detail I'm saying right click, parent level. So on above product detail, I want to have something called as a product. Click on OK. On above product, new object, parent level. So I want to go with the product type. Click on OK. On above product type, I want to go with the product LOB. On above product LOB, parent level, I'll go with the product brand. So we are having the H20 product, product total, product brand, under the LOB, under the product type, under the product, under the product detail. So I'll drag my brand onto the product brand, LOB to product LOB, and product to product, and product, sorry, so something I think I dragged this product to wrong place. Move this product to product type to product type. So here we are having product total and the product brand. It is having a brand under that, and the product LOB as a label. Under the LOB, you rank LOB field and the product type as a label. And the product type, there is a product type and the label called as a product level. And the product level, there is a product detail. Under that, we rank product number. But we need to apply the logical levels. So perform right click on the brand, new logical level key. Click on OK. Similarly on LOB, new logical level key. Similarly on the product type, just perform right click and you said new logical level key. Similarly on the product, similarly on the product number, it is already applied. So the hierarchy is ready with all the keys. Now you simply drag this particular hierarchy onto your presentation layer. So I'm not dragging H20 product, I'm dragging T20 product. I'm dragging T20 product onto my sample sales, and I'll rename this as an products, but I want to implement ragged level, but right now I'm working without ragged level option. So I'll say without rag or without skipped. Some name I'm providing. Just I'll move on top of the hierarchy. Click on OK. Save it. Yes. Okay. So you made all these changes in the jsample.kevin.rpd. So I'll try to open the enterprise manager once again. Because we made changes in the offline mode. WebLogic 1, 2, 3. So here I'm not implementing any ragged level. After working with the small report, later we try to change it to the ragged level. And nothing but at the time of creating hierarchy, just you have to place the check mark for ragged and skip level, nothing special. Remaining options are same. So I'm going with a core application. Here I'm going to lock and edit configuration. Close. Browse. So I'm choosing something called OBIEE sample underscore Kevin.rpd. Open. Over the password. Admin 123. Admin 123. Apply. Activate changes. Click on close. Restart. Restart. Click on yes. Once it is completed, work with small report. Afterwards, I'll remove the hierarchical object. I'll create once again the hierarchical object. Remaining parts I'll keep as it is. It's completed, so closed. Log out. We'll try to open more analytical page. Logic. Logic. 1, 2, 3. New. Analysis. Sample sales. I'm going with the sales reps. No. Product without drag and option. This is the object what you have just now added. In this, I'm going with something called as an H20 product. And beside of that, I'm placing a revenue. Execute results. We got product total as 50 million or something like that. If you expand it, so A brand 1, 2, 3, 4. If you expand brand 1, you got as an LB1 and LB2. I'm expanding LB1. I got C type 1 and C type, that means under the subcategories basically. Under that it's showing the products. The product 1. What is that means? 1 some value. Same way here you can observe that A brand 1 is expanded to B log 1. B log 1 is expanded to C type 1. C type 1 is expanded to D product 1. D product 1 is expanded to 1. Same way if you go with B log 2. Here I got an empty value. And if I try to expand, I got an error. So if you observe here, B under B log 2, the child node is not there. I doesn't have any child node. So when I'm not having any child node, if I'm trying to expand, I'm getting an error. I'm trying to expand this child node which is not available, which is a null value. I'm getting an error. It is saying clearly that error getting cursor in generate head. Some message, some problem is there. Why means because that particular field is null value. That is the reason it is unable to support it. But instead of working in this way, if you try to work in different format, that means instead of hierarchy, I'll try to take a user field. Like for example, I'll try to take brand and revenue. Click on results. So I got a brand 1 under the source value. If I click on that, a brand 1, it's showing me log 1 and log 2. If I click on B log 2, now it is not showing product type. But product, there is reason here, product name is not showing. But actually under the product type, I'm having product name hierarchy also. But now I can't click on this to show the product name. Because if cell itself is null, then I cannot know what are the products are there under this particular A brand 1 under B log 2. We are unable to view this. So that means you want to view the data level by level. If there is any null value, means it will not show the next element value. If you expand from highest granular to lowest granular without nested hierarchy. If you go with the nested hierarchy, you will get an error itself.